It's only impossible until you've done it once. One of my favorite stories is Roger Bannister back in 1954. They've been trying the 4 minute mile since like Roman times during the initial Olympics. Could a man, run that fast? They said, no, you could never do that because you would burst your heart. And in 1954, on a cold day, I think it was May something, Roger Bannister got on the track with two other gentlemen, Chris Galloway and Chris Chataway, something like that, with the two names. And and what was amazing is he broke the record that day. He ran a 4 minute mile. First time anybody had ever done it. People have been trying for hundreds of years. However, within about 45 days, somebody else broke that record. And after that, somebody else broke that record. Now you got kids in high school that can run the 4 minute mile. The what looked impossible became possible only when somebody else did it. Can you list a property per week? What is holding you back? People said mindset was the reason that people could not break the 4 minute mile, in part because they were afraid they were going to imagine running something and you have fear. They were afraid they were going to burst their heart. And and Roger Bannister said, who became Dr. Roger Bannister, he said, it's not your heart's not going to burst. It's all breathing technique. And if I can learn to breathe differently, I can, I can, I can do this. Do you have an I can in your life? Do you have or an I can't? You can't list a property a week or a property every 10. Is 10 days, how about this? Every 15 days. Is it possible? Or would you say it is impossible? It's impossible if you've never done it. It is possible when people have many people are listing a property every 2 weeks. And so what's preventing you? Is it skill set or mindset? And skill set you can learn, you can increase your competence. I love the graph where up is warmth and on down the bottom of the graph, if you will, is um, is competence. And I hate to say this, a lot of people, no offense, are what's called an incompetent, unconscious incompetent, meaning you don't know that you don't know what you're doing. And when imagine you wanted to learn heard the Italian and you took it for 3 days. You studied Italian for 3 days, and then you went to a restaurant and you thought you'd use your Italian. And the guy's like, I don't understand what you're saying at all. Well, when agents work with buy owners or try to recruit other agents or build what I call a primary source, with divorce attorneys or uh, any kind of place where there's a pipeline of buyers and sellers, and when they go, well, I studied it for 3 days, I can't, it doesn't work. Your program doesn't work. It's like, well, um, the sad part is they get gut punched because it didn't work. Well, I could tell you right now, real estate or any entrepreneurship, you're gonna get gut punched. And it's having gone through cancer, what I said to people, after you go through it, there's a second wave coming. And it is worse than the first wave. And that is sometimes severe depression and and you've got to get ready for the second wave. People go, nah, I'll be fine. I'm feeling pretty good. And um, but I could tell you in real estate, you're you were born brave, but you learn fear. And my hope is to equip you for two battles. One is skill set and one is mindset. So, what do you think is impossible? What is your I can list and what is your I can't? No matter what you do, I'm going to encourage you, run with somebody. Find somebody who has more skill than you at what you're trying to do and run with them. You're more likely to get to their destination. Last thought here, when Roger Bannister ran 4 times around that track and made the 4 minute mile, Chris Chataway and this other dude named Chris ran with him. They were pace setters. And so the first Chris drops off after just the first lap. And then there's the other Chris for 2 more laps, setting the pace. And then Roger Bannister ran the final quarter just as fast as he possibly could, clearly to break the unbreakable record. So is there somebody that you should be running with? And hey, I would love to run with you for a season of your life. So, hey, go to bornbravemindset.com, reach out to me, and I'm here to equip you skill set and mindset. Let's run together or find somebody.